Hi everybody, my name's Aiden, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a Handshake profile. And in the previous video we did how to set up a LinkedIn profile, and Handshake is another type of career building platform, but it's a little bit different than LinkedIn. And we're going to go through the different sections of how to set up your Handshake profile so you can be 5 times as more visible to employers that also use it. Now, it's not just me saying that, that's according to Handshake's very own help center. Let's get started on how to set up a Handshake profile. So again, Handshake is a worldwide career building platform which you don't need to be in school or university to access, but it does come in handy later on with specific tools and events and resources if your school or university is affiliated with Handshake. But if not, that's completely okay. You can still set it up and still have access to opportunities that may come up. So in the first section in the profile, it's called the I'm looking for section. This is a section where you're basically telling Handshake's algorithm, these are the types of industries or roles that I can envision myself doing or I'm interested in doing, as well as where I would want those roles to be based or where I would be focusing a lot of applications. So for example, based on my own Handshake profile, I put that I was interested in a lot of different communication and social media roles based in New York City and New Jersey. Because once I told Handshake that gave Handshake the green light to say, okay, well, this student has maybe a bit of communication and media background, so let's filter through and send some applications their way based on their preferences, their work style, whether I was looking for a remote or hybrid or fully in-person role, as well as the type of role that it was. Was I looking for an internship, a co-op, part-time, full-time job? All those things are really valuable for the algorithm on Handshake, so they can deliver you the types of applications that you would be interested in looking for. So the next section on the Handshake profile is the About section, and it is really similar to the About section that I mentioned in the LinkedIn setup video, where you're basically just writing a couple of sentences as to where you are as a young professional, what you bring to the table, and how does your experience tie into what you're looking for and the other types of sections that are really going to paint the full picture as to who you are as a professional. The next section on Handshake is the Skills section. A good rule of thumb for the Skills section is to put a little bit of a mix of the different types of skills that you're continuing to learn and have learned in the past. Could be a mix of maybe some soft skills and hard skills at the same time to really show your kind of versatility in the eyes of employers that are going to be looking at your profile. So for soft skills, it could be just simple organization or collaboration or kind of strategic planning in different classes or extracurricular projects that you've done in the past, or maybe different types of hard skills such as Google Docs, Microsoft Office, or different types of softwares and hardwares that have been attributed to the types of projects and classes that you've done in the past or are currently doing right now. And the next section on the Handshake profile is the Work Experience section. And similarly to what I said in the LinkedIn profile, there's no need to fret or get worried over what to put in the Experience section. It really just comes down to thinking back to what you did in some classes or extracurriculars that can be really simply listed in the Experience section. So if you have some extracurricular activities under your belt, you can really simply list the organizations that you are part of, when did they start, are they ongoing, or did they have an end point, as well as in classes as well, were you assigned a specific part of a given project. You can put it in the Experience section. Or did you have a type of experience or job outside of education altogether? You can put that down as well, because a lot of these things can depict transferable skills to employers and to show just a lot of things that make your profile unique once you put it down and list it so they can see it. So there's really no need to worry about what goes into the work experience, just thinking back to maybe some organizations that you are part of, as well as some positions that you can list what you did, for how long, and what each of those things entailed. And the next section is pretty self-explanatory. It's the education section. If you have some education under your belt, such as maybe an associate's degree or current undergraduate studying happening right now, you can list it in the education section, such as maybe your GPA, school location, and maybe just a brief summary as to what your curriculum has entailed or where you are in the process of obtaining your degree in whatever it is you're studying. Following the education section is the courses section, where you don't have to go into detail as to what courses have been attributed or have really stood out in your education journey, but it's just a really important window to list a few, maybe 3 or 4 or even more courses that you feel have brought you a lot of skills that you've learned from, or have really encompassed what your degree is about in your own eyes. Not everybody's course is going to look the same. People have specific interests, or maybe a certain professor's teaching style really stood out in a specific course. It's just really important and really encouraged to list a few different types of courses that you feel you've learned a lot from and are reflective of everything that you've listed so far. And the next section is the project section, which is going to be really reflective of the work experience one if a lot of project information is listed there. Simply put, it's just a window to list maybe some different types of projects that you have completed in past courses that you feel really have strengthened your skills related to your degree or what you're studying. Final projects, papers, really detailed, really heavy on the grade of those specific courses. They could be really beneficial to list in the project section to show that sense of determination when getting tasks done, which employers are going to really appreciate when they see it listed on your project section. So I hope you enjoyed this brief tutorial on Handshake. It is a really important platform to put your information and portfolio toward. So if there's any questions that you may have, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Be sure to follow me on Handshake. I'll put my account in the description. And best of luck setting up your account on Handshake.